Okay, so do I. I want to do this. Let's look past. Let's look back. We're celebrating 10 years of no Super Bowls with this current regime, and in honor of their accomplishment, and free agency is about to start. And we've talked about how they've had their biggest wins really in trade market. They've had some mixed results in the free agent market. Let's remind people. Let's start with the positive, the wins, the best free agent signings of the past 10 years for the 49ers.
All right, great.
You name someone, I'll name someone.
Okay, back and forth. How about their very first free agent signing ever? K'Wan Williams. They got 5 seasons out of him. And for a while, he was one of the better slot corners in the NFL.
It's a great call. I have him down here too. That was an excellent free agent sign. How about Robbie Gould?
Dude, he was my number one. Robbie Gould was number one on my list. And here's why, Grant. When you talk about the best free agent signings, it's not just about the guy who moves the needle. It's also about the bargain. And if you remember, Robbie Gould was actually on a prove-it contract because he had that weird season with the Giants the year before where he only had kicked 10 field goals. So they brought him in cheap and ended up using the franchise tag on him. I think Robbie Gould is the answer to this question.
Yeah, he's great. People don't even remember him. I think Eddie Pinheiro is up there. He freaking saved them last year, and Matt Barrow says they're working on an extension with him now. I don't see how they could possibly let him go. He's a hell of a kicker. Yep. And if they had Gold or Pinheiro in that Super Bowl against the Chiefs the second time, they might win that one.
Yeah, that extra point by Moody. Hey, I want to give Jake Moody credit. He did hit a clutch field goal at the end of the fourth quarter. The extra point hurt him. He
signed by Washington today. He was actually pretty solid for Washington. Maybe he just, had a lot of pressure for being a third-round pick. Not his fault. Maybe now that's behind him, he can just be better.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Niners do win that Super Bowl, let's say, so I know we're going off subject here for a second, but bear with me. If the Niners get that stop on 4th down in overtime, nobody remembers the missed extra point by Jake Moody, and they would remember his clutch 50-plus yard field goal, which I believe was the longest field goal in Super Bowl history for a short while. They remember that. He goes into the offseason as a semi-hero, and maybe that helps his confidence going forward if he is a little bit of a head case. Yeah. So I'm just saying, don't get me wrong, Jake Moody gave me a lot of pain and suffering over the years, but I think he does get a little too much flack for that missed extra point when he nailed that clutch field goal in the fourth quarter.
He did revive his career.
Yeah.
So give him credit for that. All right, we'll see. There's more. Travarius Ward was a good signing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Big one.
Oh, okay. Good signing, and I don't think they should have let him go. I would have liked to see it. I know that he had those personal struggles and his on-field play definitely diminished, but why?
He made it real clear. He did go through some personal tragedy, that's true, but he made it clear, look, he wanted an extension, and the Niners gave it to Ayuk, and they gave it to Trent, and those guys held out and weren't even around. Travarius was like, yo, I'm here every day. I do everything you want. I'm just as good as these players. I'm not holding out or making this public, and maybe I should. I think he was disillusioned. That's why I come back to Jawan Jennings. Jawan got the same treatment. Yep. Hey, man, it's just not in the cards for you. And I feel like it's human nature to sort of be like, well, my heart's not in it anymore. It's a job, and I got to do what I got to do for my family, and because I know I'm going to be a free agent. But you want me to block? You want me to tackle? I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, Travarius Ward is a good one. That wasn't on my list and should have been. That was a really, really good one for you. I'm going to throw Juszczyk out there. I know that you're pretty critical of Juszczyk, but just based off of longevity and how much juice they've squeezed out of this guy, I'm going to say that was a good signing. And it was, more effective earlier in his career, but this offense, he is an important part of this offense. As much as we make fun of Juszczyk, and he's been around for a while, I'm going to put him on this list. I see you rolling your eyes, you disagree, but I think Juszczyk belongs at least in the top 5.
No, it's not that I disagree. List. I just don't like him. So you can say it. I don't want to say his name or think about him, but you're absolutely right. I wasn't going to say it. So, yeah, I'm never giving him any credit for anything. Mac Jones.
There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Wasn't on my list. I should have been, yeah.
Freaking Sam Darnold. They will use him.
Yes.
But they were the first team to sort of say, no, there's a quarterback here.
Yep. That's a good call. And Kirk Cousins after they sign him this offseason. I've only got one. Go ahead. I've only got one more left. Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
And I think if the 49ers had won that Super Bowl, it would look not quite, but almost like when they brought in Dion to win that Super Bowl. And we would look at that as the number one answer if they had won that Super Bowl. Because they didn't win the Super Bowl, maybe he goes down to 2 or 3, but I think that was a good signing.
He gave up that catch to Sammy Watkins. We remember that.
Yeah, that was tough.
But you're right. And then I would say also Samson Ebukam was a good signing. They didn't.
He
was good. He was a good player.
Yeah.
And also
solid.
Arden Key was good. Did they trade for Arden Key or did they sign Arden Key? Signed Arden Key.
I don't remember, to be honest, but yeah.